All right, and welcome to Mob Talk Radio. I am your host, Jeff Canarsie, and it's been a while. It's been a while because Jeff Nadeau had me thrown off YouTube. Yeah, he likes two strike videos. He's a scumbag. And we're going to address just a couple of things here tonight, and then we're going to get out of here. We will be back to doing our normal lives next month, and everything will be back to normal. But I have a few things that I want to discuss. Uh, Number one, months ago, we were the first in the mob genre to discuss a mob hit investigation in Philadelphia. Go back and watch our lives. And if you don't believe me, I told all of you that this was coming. And yet, imagine my shock when everyone on YouTube is trying to claim that they first had the news. We talked about this, 3 months ago? Everything that I have said came to fruition. We told you specifically they were looking at an old cold case file, and there was going to be an arrest or an indictment that would, in fact, branch out or supersede. And I'm not going to talk about the crime because I don't need another strike. However, 20 some years ago, there was a mob hit in South Philadelphia, and they arrested the guy that they say is responsible for that. Is he a connected guy? Well, according to the feds, 100%. And what makes this case all the more interesting is this. Number one, South Philly is a gossip town. And for anybody to, keep this quiet for 20 years is not by luck. It means people keep their mouths closed. However, somebody did open up their mouth and led the cops right to this guy's door. And what makes this interesting is that the feds picked up the case. Now, typically what you see is something like this is usually at a state and local level. But the feds have stepped in, which means this is much bigger than probably a lot of you may realize as well. He waived his bail hearing, which is kind of an odd move. It's not something you never see, but this is an odd move. And to make it all the more sort of suspect is that portions of the case are now sealed. And you know what that means, right? Anytime they seal a case, you know what that means? I don't have to tell you guys. You guys have been around a long time. Per my sources, 3 months ago, it was an effort to go after the little shit down in Florida. And I told you that then, and I'm telling you now. Nobody gets clipped in South Philadelphia being connected without the express consent and approval of other people. And this guy was, the little shit down in Florida was not in prison at the time. He was on the streets. So I can imagine his asshole's probably twitching a mile a minute, as it would for most people. And what makes it even worse is they have more than one guy that are talking to the feds now. So does this supersede into a bigger case? I believe it's going to. I told you that would happen, and that seems to be where it's headed. Could I be wrong? 100%. I don't think I am, though. But I do think if it takes that route, just as I said months ago, it's going to be very interesting to see what happens. I mean, I said at the top of the show, everything I've said that would happen has happened. I told you the little shit was going to get shelved. I told you all these things would happen. And everybody's like, nah, you don't know what you're talking about. Yet here I am laughing about it now. I'm not psychic. I know what's going on better down there than anybody else. And that's just the truth. Now, what this means for that little shit down in Florida, well, you shit the bed, you go on YouTube like an idiot, you get what's coming for you. And believe me, it's coming. The next court hearing is going to be September 15th. So you got to watch close because they're starting to seal a lot of the case. And I would hedge a bet that the next hearing is probably going to get delayed. And that could be a good sign. That could be a bad sign. But if this guy begins to talk along with the other guy that's talking, it's going to be lights out for about 6 different guys down there. That's just the truth. And I told you all of this would happen. I told you it would happen, and here we are today. They say that loose lips sink ships. And some people are just too fucking stupid for their own good to ride off in the sunset. I guess when you don't have money, that's kind of what you got to do. Also, Billy Luna, stop getting plastic surgery. For Christ's sakes, you look like Joan Rivers. Stop with the plastic surgery. Anyway, now let me get on to the hump from Lancaster, Pennsylvania. And I want to make a few things clear to this idiot. Number one, stop lying. I haven't talked about anything current. In fact, if you listen to what I did say, I kept it racket only. Not names, not ranks, not positions. It seems like every time you mention somebody's names, You get it wrong. And I expect that from you because you have zero standards, morals, or dignity. So stop telling people, oh, he's talking about current. No, I'm not. Listen to what I said. Oh, wait, you can't because I banned you because you were stealing my work. That's true. Number two, he told me, get off YouTube. It's over for you. YouTube's never been my game, pal. I get paid to do a podcast. I have an award-winning podcast. I published a book. And you're still sporting a toddler's haircut with small hands, looking like one of fucking Jerry's kids. I mean, really, you look like a hobbit, for Christ's sakes. You continue to steal, plagiarize, and invent stories that never happened, putting men into positions that they aren't. You're the same guy who said borderline child predator type of things about Sammy Gravano's granddaughter. I don't like Sammy Gravano, but at some point, you shouldn't be saying something about a guy's granddaughter. Do you have any scruples in that Tonka toy head of yours? Have you seen a doctor for that hydrocephalic issue that you have going on with your head? Listen, I don't care what your numbers are. You bought subs and you bought views. You got caught and got suspended for it. That's true. You steal everybody else's work. And when you're not doing that, you're backbiting and lying about every single content creator in the genre because you have serious issues. Didn't you rat Joey out? Yeah, that's right. He's your pal, your friend. Didn't you run to the cops? Didn't you run to the state police and the feds and dime him out? Didn't you check yourself into a nut ward, pal? Didn't you do all those things? If I were you, I would really, seriously, I would rather you see, get hair plugs or get that chin lowered about 12 inches. This way your giant toddler head don't make women in the chat puke looking at you. How do you even pee with your hands jetting out of your armpits? Eee! I know. Same story. Can't ride the big boy rides at Hershey Park. Shame, 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 shame. Poor, poor, poor little boy. Lastly, we've caught you lying a million times, stealing stories a million times, stealing content a million times, and now you're attacking alleged mob guys, calling them soft and weak. Didn't you call the cops? Who's the one that's weak, pal? Aren't you the one that's carrying a gun terrified? Or isn't that you? I don't have to do that. So I'm going to say this, and I know the internet's going to go crazy. They're going to make 1,000 clip videos of what I'm about to say. But I respect guys who inform before I could ever respect a single thing that comes out of your fucking mouth. See, what you don't know is this. Guys like Dominic Sicali, guys like Sammy Gravano, guys like John Alight, Gene Borello even, would eat your eyes out of your head if you ever got fresh with them in person. So what do you think guys here on the streets that are active now would do to you? Cowardice and weak is sitting home in a house that mommy and daddy paid for while you talk crap about people you would never go near on any day. Mob guys are no punks. I don't care what anybody says. You have that so wrong, but it just proves one key fact, and this is undeniable. It just proves you don't know anything about the life at all. You don't know anything about the streets. Nothing. Nothing. All you know is how to ask mommy to change your diaper and get you McDonald's. Silver spoon-fed loser that you are. So, you like telling people in your chat to go to YouTube pages that make fun of my dead sister. You like doing that, do you? Well, why don't we talk about your deceased family members, Webster? Should we do that? Should we talk about everybody that's died in your family? Don't worry. You already had one stay in a nut ward. I don't want to give you another one. Besides, I have class and I don't attack or support channels that attack dead children, but you certainly do. You have reached a new low. It's kind of hard for you to go high because you're so short, but you get my point. At least I think you do. I offered you a chance and I'm going to do it again publicly. I offered you rough and rowdy. Winner leaves YouTube for good and all of the money goes to charity. Twice I offered that to you. Twice you ran and hid. And the third time you said, he's too old. Well, since I'm too old, please, I'm begging you, do an old guy a favor. Let me have a chance to fix that swollen face, head, and body for you. It would be my honor. Either man up or just stay in the cornfields making up mob stories and friendships you don't fucking have. Oh, very important. Last thing. I know a lot of people, despite what you might think, I know a lot of people in the Bronx, Queens, and in Brooklyn, and they want to meet you. They really want to meet you and shake your hand. They really don't like you, though. So I did you a solid. I gave them your home address, and they were so happy to get that. Now we're going to find out how tough you really are. Please come visit New York soon. I'll take you to Queens or the Bronx, and I'll introduce you to some guys. They just want to have a word with you. They just want to sit down and shake your hand and tell you what a great job you do. You're a punk. That's all you are, a degenerate punk. So either man up or just stop talking and stop lying and inventing things. You keep telling everybody you're the biggest thing in the genre. You're the biggest joke in the genre. You are. You really are. I don't care what your numbers are. You bought and paid for them. You bought and paid for them. And you run your mouth about guys like Dominic Cicali who would crush your head like a grape if you ever talk shit to them. And that's my point. It's easy to sit at home in the haystacks and the cornfields, drunk off moonshine or turpentine or what you rednecks drink out there, and run your mouth. But you're not going to run it to me in person. And I know you won't run it to Dominic Cicali either. I know you won't. Not many people will, even today. And so that's just my point. Stop lying. Go about your business. I don't bother you. I leave you alone because you're not worth anything to me. You're just not. Because all I've done for the last 3 years is prove what a liar you are, how you invent things, how you get things wrong, and how you steal and plagiarize work. And nothing makes me laugh more hard than watching Dominic Cicali take you apart every fucking day. Because you know what? No matter what, you can say whatever you want about him. You can call him a rat. You can say this and that and the third. Guy's got money. Guy was who he says he was. Good, bad, and indifferent, whatever you think about the guy. Good, bad, and indifferent. He ain't no punk. But you are a punk. So keep sitting on those 8 fucking phone books you got to put on the seat of your BMW. Oh, yeah, we know what you drive to. Yep. You went a little too far this time. So all that being said, we're going to be back soon. In the meantime, be good to one another and stop supporting creeps like this. Anybody who supports a guy who tells people to go watch a channel that makes fun of deceased children, that's just disgusting to me. There are things, you people say all these things about informants and et cetera. They don't do that kind of crap. But people like Short Stack McFucknut do. So stay short, stay stupid, and stay out of the way. Or else.